Hey everyone, Kayla here, or Mrs. T, if that's not obvious by now. I am in the middle of making some tea, getting ready for the weekend for our shows, and figured I'd do a little video. Sam is actually running some errands right now, so I'm just going to talk to you while I'm working making tea. So one of the reasons we started this blog or this channel, is because we want to kind of document how we're able to make our relationship work while we also work together full time. So literally we're always together, and people ask us all the time, you know, oh, don't you get sick of each other? Doesn't that drive you crazy that you guys are always together? And no, it really doesn't. For the most part, you know, sometimes you need your alone time, which is normal no matter what. But I think we work really hard to be conscious of the fact that we are always together and we need to figure out a way to deal with it. So today I'm going to talk about just 3 ways that we maintain our sanity. You know we're into tea puns. But 3 ways we maintain our sanity in our relationship and our work life as well. So the first thing is to acknowledge your pet peeves. Know what drives you crazy, and don't hold your partner responsible for those things that drive you crazy. A good example, you know what, I'm going to tell a story that my grandmother always tells. It's pretty relevant. So my grandfather used to have coffee every morning, and instead of washing out his cup, he would rinse it and just put it in the drain board. And my grandmother, after he left for work, she would go back and she would wash out his cup every single morning because it drove her crazy that he didn't wash out his cup. Sorry, I'm getting a call and I'm doing this on my phone. So it drove her nuts that he would never wash out his cup. So she would just go back every morning and rewash it. And she never bothered to tell him about it because it wasn't important enough to start up something over, to start a fight over. And I think that lesson has extended really well into Sam's and my marriage. So there's things that drive me crazy, there's things that drive him crazy, but I'm not going to get mad at him over my pet peeves, you know? It could be something as simple as he doesn't hang the dish towel back up, you know, and that drives me nuts because I like it folded a certain way and I like it put back. But I'm not going to get mad or upset about it because it's really not important in the grand scheme of things. Now, that being said, I know there are some people who have pet peeves that really, really, really irritate them and drive them crazy. In that case, tell your partner, you know, pick and choose your battles, you know. So if it's something that really, like, I cannot function without this being fixed or this being done a certain way, tell your partner. And as a partner, be conscious of that and try harder to not do the things that drive your partner crazy. It's not a crazy concept by any means, you know. It's just be considerate of the other person. So that's number 1, is acknowledge your pet peeves, and subtopic is kind of choose your battles. Sorry, making tea at the same time, trying to multitask. So number 2 is make sure that you have me time. So this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go out with your friends every week or you have to do something crazy every week, but do something for yourself. Try to take a moment every single day to do something for yourself, something that you enjoy doing. So for me, I love to read. So usually when we get in bed at night, I read a few chapters of my book, and that's my me time. So it's kind of, because Sam and I work together and we work from home. So we are literally home together all of the time for the most part. So one of the things that's really important is trying to make sure that we have that little time for ourselves throughout the day, that we're not constantly like on top of each other. We don't have to talk to each other the whole time, you know? grab some tea real quick. Hang on a moment. So have your me time. Like I said, I like to read. I like to take baths. So sometimes I'll go take a bath and I'll meditate in the bath. Sam likes, I don't know if you've ever heard of the chive, but he loves the chive. So he'll sit on the couch and decompress and scroll through that. So whatever it is that is just for you, always take your me time. That is really important. So that is number 2. Of course, too, making sure that you go out with your friends and that stuff as well is really important. We try to do that probably at least once a month, where he'll have a guys' night and I'll have a girls' night, because that's super important to keeping your sanity as well, is having other people to hang out with. And independent of your partner. I cannot stress that enough. So in a previous relationship, my partner, my ex at the time, or my boyfriend at the time, felt like we always had to do stuff together and we always had to go out together. And that is just not the case. It's so much more healthy to have your own friends independent of each other as well, because yes, you are a team, you're together, but you also have to be able to function as individuals too. That's super, super important. So Sam and I go out with friends together all the time. We have other couples that we're friends with. But it's really important too that he goes out with his guy friends and I go out with my girlfriends. So that's number 2, have your me time. And number 3 is express appreciation. So that kind of goes hand in hand with not taking each other for granted, which is very, very important. So it's no secret, I hate cleaning. I hate it. I hate cleaning. I don't mind doing the dishes, I don't mind doing laundry, but I hate actually cleaning. So Sam, on the other hand, doesn't mind it. He finds it relaxing. So just because he washes the floors or does that kind of stuff around the house, I don't want to take that for granted, and I do want to show my appreciation for when he does those things, you know, say thank you. You're like, it's so nice in here. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. It just makes your partner feel appreciated, but it just makes you feel like you're not doing things for nothing, if that makes sense. Not that you need approval from another person, but it's always nice to be acknowledged for the things you do and you work hard. So same with me, Sam, I do most of the administrative stuff through the business. So I spend a lot of the time on the computer, and Sam usually does the production. Sam usually makes all the teas. So he physically produces stuff at the end of the day. Like you can hold, like we've got a whole bin full of tea right here that he made this morning. So you can actually see the work that he's done and put in. You don't necessarily see the work that I've put in. You know, I do the marketing, I book events, I do a lot of the networking, I set stuff up. So you don't necessarily see those things that I do, but I still work hard and I still do it. So he's always very appreciative and says thank you for those things. So that's really number 3, is express appreciation. Don't take each other for granted. So number 1, acknowledge your pet peeves and choose your battles. Number 2 is have me time. Make sure you take time out for yourself every day, even if it's just a little bit, 10 minutes, whatever it is you like to do. And number 3 is express appreciation and show gratitude for each other. So that's a little wisdom from me today on how we make our relationship work, both at work and in our personal life. So how we keep our sanity. I hope you guys are having a good day, and we will talk to you soon with another little bit of wisdom from Mr. and Mrs. T. Bye guys, thanks for watching.